stream.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm here today with special guest. Introduce yourself, please.
Special guest, Cassie.
Yes, we're gonna do Super Mario. She's going to join me for. She's been wanting to join me for Super Mario 3D Land. So that's what we're doing today. I'll have the game open in just a moment.
I can't see it because PlayStation is trying to show me Crash Bandicoot.
You got an advertisement. So yeah, on my previous stream of this,
Crash Bandicoot is out of the way.
On my previous stream of this, I explained what my history with Super Mario 3D Land is, where it was what got me real interested in the 3DS. Like, I played a demo of this game at Target years ago, and then I'd seen the 3DS previously, but the only thing that I'd played on it was Pilot Wings, and that wasn't exactly the most exciting game. Like, I still don't even have that game. But that did get me interested in the 3DS, but what really made me fall in love with it was the demo of Super Mario 3D Land. Hope there's an update for this. Let's do that first real quick. But yeah. And
Cassie doesn't know how to do things.
Well, we were just sitting and waiting for me to get the game going at the moment. I gotta download an update.
Is it actually live?
Yes.
Because every time I
it's
tune
just
in, it's like...
It's just my little banner at the moment. Finish.
Oh no, there's two laneys again.
You might want to turn the sound off on the stream so you're just getting the video.
Good idea.
That's what Biss usually does. Okay.
It like only goes to like 140, and then it's like, okay, video's done. You want to watch the next one? And I'm like, no, I want to watch this one.
Adjust the volume on this game. It is seriously loud. Hold on. And weirdly laggy. Every time I click outside the window, it lags.
Rest in peace.
Okay, this should be good. There. Now my ears aren't being blasted. And hopefully nobody else's are either.
Super Mario. He's a red man.
Ooh, we're getting the lag real bad today. Let's hope that settles itself. It's Super Mario 3D Land, not Super Mario Lag Land.
Super Mario Dying Land.
Okay, gameplay is fine.
Let me give my history with this game for the good folks at home. Wait, was that Biss?
No, that was me.
Oh, I thought I heard Biss for a second.
You heard the spirit of Biss.
The spirit of Biss groaning at Super Mario 3D Land. I'm sure there's something in this game that would make Biss groan.
I'm sure there's lots of things. Hold on, I'm gonna set up one more thing. One more piece of setup I'm gonna do, which is just Task Manager so I can monitor performance.
Oh, smart. Oh, Mario's just falling, but like it's paused.
Yes.
It's like the only way to win is not to touch.
Yeah, it's the Tetris bot again.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and before you continue,
yeah.
I was gonna say one interesting thing about this game is that despite having an analog stick, you still have to hold down the Y button to run.
Yeah, but I like it. Because, like, analog sticks have to be precise with anyway, so it's like...
It's just an interesting choice.
Bit of a spicy meatball, in my opinion. What was I gonna say again?
You were talking about your history with the game.
Oh, yeah.
So I explained mine.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. I actually don't remember when I got this game. Or, like, how I got it. It was probably a gift for, like, Christmas or something.
I remember getting it in the summer.
I played it a lot.
It was like it was the second 3DS game I got.
Ooh. What was the fairy? first?
Mario Kart. Well, because I got the 3DS because I lost my DS Lite, and it had Mario Kart DS in it. And so I got Mario Kart 7 as a replacement, basically.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
My first was the Ocarina of Time 3D.
That was the third one I got.
Ocarina? I don't know how to...
Ocarina is how I usually hear it. Oh, that was a good save. There we go. I don't think you saw it yet.
Wait, actually, I probably didn't. I was thinking it was the part where you hit our friend here. I don't know what things are called with the spike on one side and the little belly on the other.
Yeah, I don't know what those are called either. They're an obscure enemy. An obscure enemy.
They do like womp 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 as they laugh. Oh, I forgot the name of the inflection cuts. Oh yeah, but I have 100% of this game.
Yeah, me too.
A little bit of speedrunning on some of the levels.
Yeah,
like
that's basically my experience with it too. When we hit that level, we're gonna try and do that.
Yay! My best time on that level is, I think, 5 seconds flat.
Hello, Yumi. Welcome to the
Hi,
stream.
Yumi.
Longtime friend of mine.
Oh, yay. Hi, Yumi.
Oh.
Mario's knees
Basic-
must really hurt from that one.
Basically, with this setup, lag is kind of on a stage-by-stage basis. Like, some stages lag more than others. This one seems kind of on the laggier side. Oh, poop.
Oh god, I knew that, because I watched the first part of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Super Laney 3D Land, Part 1. Laney's Adventure.
This totally legit 3DS that I'm playing on.
Yeah, it's a real-life 3DS.
Definitely not playing using an Xbox controller.
Absolutely not. I don't even know why you would insinuate such a thing.
Yeah, I'm playing this because, well, part of...
About this, but what does Mario do with the fire flower? Does he eat it?
He absorbs it.
He's like, yum yum.
He absorbs it to being part of his being.
I mean, big moon. In some ways, don't we all do that?
Don't we all just absorb things? Oh, boy, Mario sounds really pained when he gets hit by stuff in this game. Just like, ooh! And there's just like this really like loud smacking sound when he gets hit. Very visceral.
It's like, oi!
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, part of the reason I wanted to play this was because, no, that was supposed to be a long jump. You hit the jump button before the crouch button. I'm a little out of practice still. You're gonna have to bear with me. The skills I had at this game back in 2012 are kinda gone.
I think, like, a lot of people overlook this game for Mario 3D World. Like, when
I've heard people say that they like this game a little bit better sometimes, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Mario 3D World was good.
Mario 3D World is a lot different from what I've seen.
Oh, you haven't played it?
No, because I never had a Wii U.
I would call it kind of the same, but the levels are a bit bigger and a
The look is a lot, like the art is a lot different for one thing.
Yeah,
that's something I notice a lot. And there's a lot of like things that it doesn't have.
More forgiving for like multiplayer. Like, there's more like open space.
I did always like the look of the Mario Kart stage. That was always neat.
Yeah, that was
I've never even played that one in a demo or anything. Like it was never in a demo at a store or anything. Oh come on! I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. Probably because I'm trying to talk about so much stuff while I'm playing. But yeah, I was gonna say.
Mario Kringot's Land.
Part of the reason I wanted to play this was because of Super Mario 3D. I got no excuse for that one. It's just like what I was talking about last time. Was I try to get in Mario games? I try to get cute with it. I try to do all these fancy tricks when really I should just relax and play the game. It always comes back to bite me.
That is actually as skilled as I thought I was.
I try and look cool, and it turns out I'm not as cool as I think I am. I look less cool by trying to look cool.
And then falling on your face.
Yeah. I was gonna say, part of the reason I'm playing this is because of the Super Mario 3D World theme in Mario Maker.
Oh,
And of course, like...
tying it into current events.
Yes. I've been thinking about wanting to play this game.
I'm so excited to play it with you, Lainey. I'm so glad they're adding online co-op with friends.
That was my favorite announcement of the day, was that Super Mario Maker 2 is indeed going to have multiplayer with friends. It's just kind of like, well, whenever things like this happen, on the one hand, you like that they listen to...
casual announcement, didn't you?
Yeah, on the one hand, you like that they listen to people on things like this. On the other hand, it's still like, and why couldn't you come up with this on your own? Like, why did we have to get mad at you before you could do this?
I'm assuming they had a good reason for it somewhere.
Leaderboards.
Like, they were like, yeah, this is a good idea. And
only
then it wasn't a good idea.
The only reason they gave
So
was
of course
it would
wasn't a good idea.
screw up the leaderboards. There's long
That's
jump.
the reason they gave.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, like, I don't know if that's necessarily the only reason internally. Because...
It's kind of like, as far as I can tell... As far as I can tell, in Sword and Shield, those raid battles are also only with random people.
I thought it was with friends too, didn't they say that?
I didn't hear. Maybe.
Huh. I guess we'll have to look back and see.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to play with Lainey.
Aw.
Oh, but what was my favorite? It's hard to choose between that announcement and then Banjo.
Oh yeah, you were very excited about Banjo-Kazooie. Did I tell you about how Vinesauce summoned that to the game?
Thank you, Vinny, from Vinesauce.
He did Banjo-Kazooie corruptions on Sunday, and he said that he was doing those so that he could summon Banjo-Kazooie to Super Smash Bros.
He did it. He's a genius. I am just...
He keeps it, and he's like, he keeps having these like predictions come true and stuff, and he says that, you know, he's not really psychic, he can't really predict the future, so he keeps telling people don't ask him for advice on their personal lives.
No, he's not psychic.
He's like, please.
You mean playing Banjo-Tooie? I'm gonna admit that I tried to play Banjo-Tooie, and I got halfway through and I was like, this game's kind of boring. And
I don't know too much about Banjo-Kazooie, but I have heard that Banjo-Tooie is like less well liked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought people liked it.
You're not the only one who has that opinion on Banjo-Tooie. Hello, Biss.
Like, I do respect that it takes on a different flavor. I always love when
I think the more recent one, well, more recent, it was 15 years ago, I heard. That one I hear people really don't like.
Yeah, all the vibes I get from it are like, oh yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna confess, I'm a fake fan. I first played Banjo-Kazooie in like 2017, I think, on my mobile phone emulator. Yeah. Okay, but
You don't talk about those on Twitch. You mean you played it on your you played it on your real Nintendo 64?
Yeah, exactly. I'll just pretend that's true. But I really enjoyed it. Like, the music and the characters
Yumi says,
and the energy the whole game had. It was like,
Yumi says, Tooie is longer and more tedious as well as darker in story and color.
Yeah, that's exactly the case in my opinion.
My most recent experience with it was watching the Vinesauce corruptions on Sunday, and there was a corruption where Banjo was just like very long and spindly, and he could not be killed.
Oh, that's how he's always.
He was very long and spindly and invincible. He was like this unkillable beast that could not be contained.
Oh yeah, just a regular day. Just a regular day for Banjo.
And everyone was like
yeah,
that too, not just him,
that,
but Slender Bear.
Banjo was like more tedious. And honestly, I like the direction they took with the story. Like, they're just like, hey, guess what? We're gonna murder a main character. We're not messing around anymore, friends. Like, I thought it was a really funny way to just take such a friendly and kind world. And then they, like, rub it in.
Well, because, you know, they also made Conker's Bad Fur Day, so...
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
they were thinking about that game when they did that.
But I think over time, like, it didn't really sustain itself well. Like, it was good for the shock factor in the beginning.
Oh, I missed the star token. Oh wait, I can go back.
But then, like, it was like, after the shock factor was up, I was just like, okay, I want it to be colorful and cheerful and energetic again.
And not like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Well, it wasn't even like gratuitous.
A different sub-team made Conker.
It was just like dark and kind of dull, and not even
easier to
like,
beat, but more
I'm
difficult to
not even
100%.
saying dark in tone necessarily.
I suppose dark is a relative term.
Well, yeah, it was like, instead of necessarily like using dark as like an aesthetic and really going for it, they kind of just like dulled down the really like energetic and upbeat feel of the first game without like adding anything new to it to like bring it a new flavor. Does that make sense?
I think Banjo-Kazooie was a very obvious choice for Super Smash Bros. Because he's basically a classic Nintendo character.
Same. And I always kind of felt like it was gonna forever be a pipe dream, though.
Well, Nintendo's been on better terms with Microsoft lately, so...
Yeah,
all along it's been rumored that there would be some sort of Microsoft representative in Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, but I always thought it was gonna wind up being
Minecraft?
somebody like more modern. Yeah, like Steve. 'Cause Steve is both a modern character, but he has quite a legacy. He has like 10 years of
and that's what
being
Vinny
one of
was
the most
saying.
successful games of
He was saying that Minecraft has more of a classic feel nowadays, because it is 10 years old.
Right. But at the same time, it's still modern, because it's still relevant.
Imagine
like, way more relevant than Banjo-Kazooie.
This says, imagine the Smash announcer yelling, Steve! Steve!
I think if he ever... Cassie can't speak. I think if Xander Mobius is ever yelling Steve as the announcer, then he's gonna say it with a questioning tone.
Steve?
Because of the question mark on the end, yeah.
Or it won't be Steve from Minecraft, it'll be Steve from Blue's Clues.
He's looking for clues.
Steve gets in, I want Alex's and all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, same.
They're clearly not opposed to doing alts of other characters for DLC characters. With the Dragon Quest one.
Oh, I wonder what Banjo's alternate skins are gonna be. I'm so excited! It would be so cool if Grunty was in too, because I love her. She's such a fun character.
It'll be interesting though to have him just announce the hero! Because that's what the character from Dragon Quest is just called.
Like, do they really have to name him that?
He's just the hero.
No. We don't speak of nuts and bolts. Actually, I never played it. It kind of looks fun, though, in its own way.
Oh, this is one of my favorite stages in the game, by the way.
That big boom,
I love the background. With the little windmills down there.
Same. There's one point in the stage where you can just, like, do a long jump off of it and go all the way to the flagpole.
Yeah, I've seen that done before.
It's so fun. I love doing all the skips in this game.
It's got good skips. Yeah, as for me with Super Smash Bros. Characters, I don't really feel very much of anything about any of them because I basically already have all the characters I wanted in the game.
I think honestly, I say I'm satisfied now, but if I'm being realistic,
Because
I'm
my favorite
probably
characters...
always gonna be like a hype-filled dumbass who's like, okay, now I want someone new to be hyped about because I'm never satisfied.
My favorite characters are Mario characters, and basically all of them are already in the game. They're only missing Waluigi, but I don't feel like... I kind of don't want him to be in just to spite all the people who are jerks about it. I want him to permanently be... I want him to permanently be an assist trophy. In fact, I want them to make a second assist trophy of him, so he's the one character with 2 assist trophies.
I feel like the thing with Waluigi is that, like...
Making him miss 3D
I
Land.
don't like the fan base around him, but I think he's really funny as a character.
You don't like the fan base? Well, you're not gonna like me then, because I'm a fan of Waluigi. I got the Waluigi amiibo.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Oh no, I've miscalculated.
Whenever I fight Wario, he always beats me by just being really funny and making me laugh. Especially there was this one person who really leaned into that when they fought me. Like, they kept using his crawl animation, and I couldn't stop laughing because it's such a funny crawl
Wait, which character? Wario?
They were just using it. Yeah, Wario. And they were using it in just, like, the weirdest way. And I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's too funny. And I was, like, laughing the whole time.
I like Wario,
and that's how
too.
he beat me. Like,
people like to use King Dedede's crouch for the same reason, because he just kind of lays over on his side, propping his head up.
That one doesn't make me laugh though. It's more like attitude. Whereas I think Waluigi
Makes me laugh.
would be like Wario.
What would Waluigi do? Would he have his tennis racket?
Like, make your opponent laugh, and then that'll distract them.
I think Waluigi could use his own game though.
I mean, I don't know what he would do.
I remember years ago somebody had the idea of, there's this Daffy Duck game, I think it was like called Duck Amuck, where basically like the idea, or I've never played that game, but basically the idea they said is that you're trying to like ruin Daffy Duck's life. Like you're trying to like make bad things happen to him.
Really?
And so it would basically be like that, but like Waluigi.
Trying to ruin Luigi's life.
Or like Waluigi's like trying to accomplish things, and you're there to try and like foil him. Like maybe Waluigi's like playing poker or something, and you're trying to mess him up.
I think actually, because he cheats a lot, so it would be interesting to see a game where you have to like deliberately play it in like backhand.
Oh, I messed this up. Yeah.
Like you have to like deliberately exploit like quote-unquote glitches and stuff like that.
I don't remember if it was called Duck Amuck or what, but it was a Daffy Duck game. It was on the DS.
That sounds really funny, honestly.
I remember I used to see it in the stores. Back when, you know, DS games were sold. I remember back when Game Boy Advance games were sold. More than DS games were.
True. Gosh, I remember when the DS first came out, and my brother had
I
was hecking jealous.
I actually don't remember that because I was too young to really know anything about any of that stuff. By the time I got my Game Boy Advance...
How old is Lainey again? I feel like Cassie should know how old.
I'm 22.
Lainey is 22. Well, Cassie is 19. She's
well, yeah, but you had older siblings, right?
Yeah.
I only have a younger sibling.
Oh, true.
And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I didn't know when I got my Game Boy Advance, the DS was already out, but I had no idea it existed. Because my friends didn't have them; they only had Game Boy Advances.
Oh,
that was all I knew of. We're going in the castle. The first time I saw the DS, it was the DS Lite. And I was confused, and I thought that was just the original DS, so I was confused years later when we were playing Mario Kart, like my friends had DS's, I didn't at the time. We were playing Mario Kart DS, and one of the balloon battle arenas is shaped like the original DS, It's like, gee, this is a weird looking DS. What the heck is this? Is this like a newer model or something? And they're like, no, that's the original DS. It's like, gee, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, that
And then I found out the
cool
DS was,
state.
and then I found out the DS was a lot older than I knew, and I was so confused. We're getting lots of lag on this stage. Oh, I don't remember. Sometime in the mid 2000s, late 2000s.
Gosh, I remember this stage being really hard to speedrun for one reason or another. I can't remember exactly why.
The first time, or when I finally got my DS Lite, I think the 3DS was already announced, or it was announced shortly after I got my DS Lite.
No kidding.
So for a long time, I just get consoles like very near to the end of their life cycle.
Golly, gosh.
The 3DS was the first one I got when it was still fairly new. I got it within its first year. It was sometime after the price drop. Because that's when I was able to afford it.
Interesting.
This lag is a little
I got
much at the moment, but as I mentioned, I got mine because I lost my DS Lite at school.
Oh, I knew I recognized this person. The person, Aegis, who I went on a date with. She's in the chat right now.
Oh, nice. What are they showing on Nintendo Treehouse at the moment?
That one of the skins for
Scared Toads.
Banjo should be. Okay, so
Oh, they're showing. Hold on, they're showing Demon X Machina at the moment on the Nintendo Treehouse. So I'm not really missing anything I wanted to see.
Yawn.
Arrow is very interested in Demon X Machina, though.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, but Yumi suggested that they should have, so there's this one point in Banjo-Kazooie where you can get turned into a washing machine, and it's
Instant death lava, I forgot about that, whoops.
It's
This isn't Super Mario 64.
And Yumi is suggesting that they should have washing machine Banjo as, an alternate in Smash. I don't even know how that would play, but it would be so funny. Like, imagine if they just put the washing machine in place of, like, his body, and the rest of his limbs are just invisible. But he still has the same animations, just with a rig that is horrible for them.
I'm still pretty proud of this overlay that I made for this game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, and it's very like in style with the game.
Mm-hmm. I made the little dot background myself. I took a little piece of the actual like artwork and then tiled it.
I was wondering where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Static yeah.
Just not caring about Bowser at all. Just running right into him.
Me. Biz just compared the washing machine.
I put a static amiibo model as a costume of Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of that too. Biz doesn't like that, but I think it was funny. They're just like, it's always funny when people just throw something in that works unfinished, and it's like, oh.
But there's
okay.
those little teleport. There's those little teleport blocks that are going to be in Mario Maker.
I mean, you can't. Oh yeah. I
This will be
mean, like,
interesting.
you can't tell me it's not hilarious when that one frame of animation of the Pixel Mario is just like rolling on the ground.
Something interesting I saw during the Nintendo Treehouse was they showed a stage that comes built in with it. It was a Super Mario World one where they make use of the nighttime theme to just have like a upside down version
really
of the whole
cool.
stage. They just redid the whole stage in the upside down area, and so it's kind of like you're just going between. You're just like flipping the stage upside down when you go in there.
Yeah, exactly. It was so cool.
That was a really cool idea. Doing something like that would take a lot of work to put together, but
It would. That's why
seems
I never
useful.
Did it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do another thread, of like Mario Maker details going off of the treehouse footage.
Oh, I think this is the
There's
stage we
another
were talking
thing.
about that you can cheese. Although, no, I think this is still another one. I know it's a water stage. I don't think it's this one.
Are you ahead? Okay. I actually don't know how far ahead you are. I'm still seeing the end of that cutscene. Okay,
Oh.
now you're going to the stage. Yeah, that's not the stage. I think it was in World 7, or maybe later in this world. I remember checking on my 3DS a few days ago, but I already forgot, because Cassie's a forgetful girl.
Right, okay, I was just checking on settings to make sure those are all set the same way, because I thought maybe something got reset and that's why I was lagging so much, but...
Wait, Washi Banjo was a code? I thought it was a mumbo jumbo transformation.
Oh yeah, it's also interesting they didn't show a new Switch model today. I figured if they were going to show a new Switch model, it would be today.
I really honestly don't think they're gonna do that yet. Like, we're only a few years into the console.
It was supposed to be like... Supposedly it was going to be like a Switch Mini or something like that. Like it was going to be like like a simpler model.
I'm like not big on those.
The rumor was that it was going to coincide with Pokemon and be like a handheld only version or a handheld focused version to like facilitate people taking it around and playing Pokemon on it, you know? But they never did show it, so I have a feeling it's not going to happen. Because Nintendo's never done a Sega Saturn and announced a console just before it's coming out. So... I wouldn't expect them to start now.
I didn't even know Sega did that. I don't know.
Yeah, when they announced the Sega Saturn, it was like, and it's out now! Which was a bad idea because then there was no advertising for it. Nobody knew what the thing was there. The Sega Saturn didn't do very well. Whoa, this is some lag. Got some input lag going there too.
Oh yeah, fish babies.
Last time I played this game, it was just by myself. So I'm curious if it's me being on call with you is affecting the performance of the game.
Yay, I'm ruining things. Doing Bottle's secret puzzle in Banjo's
Ouch.
house. Bottle's what secret puzzle? Is this in the first game? I don't remember that at all.
Good old 47 FPS.
Oh, well, I guess probably wouldn't remember because it's a secret. But I don't know, that's weird. I feel like I've heard a lot about
this lag is a little unbearable. I'm not sure what's causing it. The lag never got this bad last time I played this.
I mean, this level does have a lot of cheeps, lots of enemies. The water in the background is all animated, like... I would think it's the level.
Ouch. The lag is, like, painful. The lag feels sharp and painful.
Big porky puffers. It's always so dissatisfying when the rock misses the fight.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Laney the Rock. Laney the Rock Butterfly. A butterfly made of stone.
A secret.
Did you know Lady is among the top 10 cutest girlfriends of all time? Oh yeah, the sandcastle codes. I forgot all about those, Yumi.
Come on, Mario, get up there. Do a getting up.
Ow! Oh, I had no idea.
This is a very classic Super Mario 3D Land stage. Well, it is when it doesn't lag.
Lainey is in their top 5 girlfriends of all time.
I am very glad.
I would agree.
I appreciate it.
Watch Mojo, top 5 girlfriends of all time. Number 5.
Number 1. Your legit
Number
3DS
5.
shirt is Chug,
The
yeah.
girlfriend from Back to the Future.
I don't know what the trouble was on that stage. Let's hope that it doesn't continue.
Yeah, hopefully.
Last time I played, it was mostly just transitions that would lag. Okay, this is better.
Yeah.
Well, it was until that.
Is Lainey gonna do the bonus worlds too?
Yeah, I was planning to, because otherwise the game's gonna be pretty short.
Cassie likes those worlds.
And then you get the stone leaf power up. Check out that fancy move I just did.
I'm surprised they aren't putting Spinies in Mario Maker 2. I mean, not Spinies, sorry. Pokies. Yeah.
Pogies.
I mean, I guess they're like pretty equivalent to just stacking a bunch of Spinies on top of each other. So like,
But I would still prefer
it would kind of be a
Pokies.
little redundant, but I do like Pokies.
like them Pogies.
Oh, I hate this section.
Why?
It's just so awkward because there's like no indication
Close up on
of
Mario.
how high each of them goes.
Here's your close up on Mario. He definitely had a much better model in Odyssey. I mean, that goes without saying. Oh poop.
His model in Odyssey is so pretty. And it's so well animated too.
I liked all the little details they included, like if you run into a cactus, he gets spikes stuck in his nose.
Same. The trailers for that game made me shriek.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else that starts with SH. That's more what Biss would say.
It was like,
Oh, that was a close one.
I don't think there are very few games that I've been as excited for as Mario Odyssey.
Oh no. Oh no. I miscalculated. I've made a grave error in my calculations.
Lainey's made a grave error. Uh-oh.
There, now I've got the Tanuki suit.
Tanuki Lainey. Lainey would be so cute in a Tanuki suit.
Oh. It probably look like the Princess Peach one.
Yeah, all puffy. It would be so cute. I feel like Cassie's Tanuki suit would be more like the Toad's ones.
Oh.
This
There.
is saying, hey Lainey.
Yes.
My cute London
Aw.
friend is saying they're impressed with your growth as an artist lately. That's so cute.
Well, tell your friend I said thank you. And I'm curious what specifically they've noticed.
Cassie agrees. Lainey's art has been improving quite a lot.
Oh, thank you. Getting nicer software goes a long way. I felt a lot less limited lately.
Window in the background? Oh wait, no you don't, because you're already past it.
Whoops, sorry.
I keep forgetting that we're out of sync.
Yeah. Even my little preview is a little bit behind where I am actually at in the game, and you're actually watching the stream seems to be behind my preview. So Oh, I remember this stage.
Oh, maybe I need to fast forward? I don't know how to do that. Can I do that? Is that possible?
Here's a creative stage. Look at this weird piano world.
Oh yeah, the one with the 3 paintings.
Mm-hmm.
That one was weird, because, like, the first 2 don't, like, matter.
You get a star
I
coin.
always thought the, like, edges of the piano were kind of ugly. Well, yeah, but other than the star coin, they're just, like, dead ends.
Well, if you like to 100% complete it.
Well,
So
yeah.
this is going to be a
I
little
mean-
bit confusing without 3D.
I just mean Mario levels usually aren't designed with that sort of thing.
Oh, there we go.
Now that there aren't alternate paths, but ones that are this, like... But ones that are, like, have top billing, as well as the main path? Does that make any sense?
I think it's supposed to be... Well, ghost houses are usually supposed to be kind of a maze. And so these are your dead ends of the maze.
Yeah, but this one is a dumb maze.
You're a dumb maze.
Oh no! Well, you're a dumb maze. Cutie patootie.
No, that's you.
No, that's you!
Both of us.
All you have to do in this stage is just follow the coins.
I wanted those star tokens. Oh yeah, I like that how the books start out as like a 2D texture and then they turn into 3D as the thing moves past them.
For real.
It's a
That
neat
was
effect.
always cool but strange to me. I like it.
I think cool but strange is what ghost houses are supposed to be.
True. This just always felt like it was weird even for a ghost house, though. I'm gonna say it.
There's a lot of coins.
Wahoo money.
I'm glad this stage at least isn't really lagging.
Oh, true.
I guess I should just be thankful the game runs as well as it does in this.
Why did you trade the Tanuki suit for a fire flower?
I don't know, because the fire flower showed up. I remember this area being in like preview screenshots or preview video. I either saw it in Nintendo Power or saw it in a video. I don't remember which, possibly both. It's funny to remember when I used to find out about game stuff from Nintendo Power magazine.
True.
Did you know they brought Nintendo Power
It's
back as a
definitely
podcast?
different landscape. Yeah, I've seen that. And I don't really like podcasts, though, so I just don't watch it.
Oh, did you see what Biss said about the
It
ghost house?
says that, given the size of the books, there must be a giant who lives in a mansion and
Oops.
has loads of pet ghosts, and Bissy wants to smooch them. Bissy, you should do a big smooch on them.
The funny thing about when I mute myself to cough while I'm on voice call with somebody during the stream is that it doesn't exactly get muted because the cough still comes through on the other end. So it's just like decreased in volume. That was a special bonus block, by the way, as you could tell by it was gold and had 2 of the star tokens in there. Oh yeah, here is a very Super Mario Galaxy inspired stage.
I guess we're about to see it. Oh, the one with the beep 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 box.
I think it was Super Mario Galaxy 2 that had those.
I'm gonna confess, I played halfway through that game and said, wow, This is just proto Mario 3D Land, but not as good.
I actually think I like Mario Galaxy 2 better.
From the right. Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got Yoshi.
I guess I thought it was like too far removed from the other 3D games to be like.
Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a lot like the first Super Mario Galaxy, but it felt kind of more refined to me. It felt like they kind of knew better what to do with the mechanics. And they kind of streamlined things a bit.
But I remember the first game being like marginally closer to 64 and Sunshine.
They're both very unique, and I like the uniqueness of them. I recently played, I fairly recently played Super Mario Galaxy again, because I've 100% completed Odyssey, and then I've still wanted to do more Mario, so I went back and completed Super Mario Galaxy, which basically just meant playing through the entire game again, and I really enjoyed it a lot.
That's fun. I think it would be really hard for me to replay Odyssey, because it, like,
There's so much.
100%ing that game was, like, a real, like, grand tour of the entire game, and it really beat, like, all of the mechanics straight to death, so...
Like, remember there's that one stage where the first time on it you have the scooter, and then you come back to it again later, and you have to do it without the scooter? Except for I did them in reverse order. The first time I came to it was the harder one without the scooter.
Lady, why?
I didn't know, I had never found the other one yet. Whoops, wrong way. I don't want to go there yet, there's a star token. Mario Galaxy 2 is an interesting middle ground between open 3D Mario and 3D World and Land.
I disagree. I feel like it doesn't have enough openness to be closer to, like, open 3D Mario. And it just kind of feels like a less refined version of 3D Land.
There's some weird texture nonsense. That wasn't in the original, I don't think.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me, this is supposed...
Oh wait, I probably will see it when it
Yeah,
comes
it's
up
coming
in a
up.
second.
You'll see it. On the floor. I sit there and look at it for a minute.
Oh god, there it is.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, no, what the heck? Mario just walked off the stage. Just walk off there.
Yeah, that's what he does, you know? You can't be in control
Whoops.
of your fate all the time.
I also keep forgetting...
Remember, Mario has bodily autonomy.
I also keep forgetting that you can't dive in this game, and I hit R expecting to dive, and he does dive, but it's straight down. Off the stage. That was stinky.
The dive thing was weird to me in Odyssey, because it felt like its only use was to chain in with the Cappy throw.
Yeah. I like the dive. No! No! Oh, I'm stinking it up. I like the dive and A Hat in Time. A Hat in Time is probably my favorite 3D platformer.
I should play that game.
I really, really like the movement in it.
Switch, right?
What was that?
It's coming to Switch, right?
At some point. I don't think they've announced when it will be.
I heard that it was, yeah. I'll have to play it when it does. Also, I really hope that Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash, like, in some way influences or indicates that they're getting a new game, or at least remake, or at least re-release.
Well, it's happened before, like, Super Smash Bros. Rescued Mega Man, basically. Mega Man had been doing awfully, and then they put him into Smash Bros., and then the series has gotten a lot more stuff now.
I'm honestly
What
still
are they
really shocked that they put him in.
Are they still
because I always
playing...
felt that, like,
Are they still playing
What?
Demon X Machina on the thing? Looks like it.
oh, I don't know. I don't think I can check without, like, leaving this.
I just have it on the... Oh yeah, it is. I couldn't tell because they were showing up weird
hi,
things.
Shiny.
Hello, Shiny. Nice to see you.
Joined the stream, and she is super cute, and I love Shiny.
But yeah, Hat in Time had a really good dive that I really enjoyed a lot. It had like the most satisfying movement in any 3D platformer I've ever played.
Well,
It was just really fun to move around in that game for me.
I'll be honest, the game looks a bit ugly, but other
I
than
don't
that,
think so. I liked how it looks too. Cat Kid is really
Oh.
cute.
I mean, the character designs were cute, but like everything else kind of looked ugly. Well, I mean,
No,
not
I
even
like it.
Okay, the character models themselves looked ugly, but the designs I liked.
I liked it all.
I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it.
But yeah, last time I was playing it, it was just so much fun just to move around. It was just a joy every time. Just moving through the stages was really fun.
Moving through the stages. That's always like the biggest thing for me with all of the games I make. Like the movement is the most.
Yeah, that was important for me with mine too. I'd done a lot of games with kind of janky collisions and stuff like that before, and so I put a lot of, like, when I did gray areas, when I first put a lot of work into making sure that all of my collisions and movement was really good and solid and didn't feel weird. And then I've just kind of taken that into my other games I've made since then. What was that?
Cassie, we think Glaney did good job.
Thank you. I spent like a couple of weeks working on the movement in gray area, and then movement has been a lot easier since then because I can basically just reuse the same thing and just modify it a bit to work with whatever new game I'm making. Other than Pizza Time Explosion, which is, you know, it's not a platformer, so I had to make a totally different movement system of my own. But 2D, like, top-down movement is really easy to do in Game Maker, so I put that together, like, basically in, like, 15 minutes. I had working movement, so...
For me, I have spent, I think, the first 5 or so months of development on Goes to Hell were, like, largely dominated by, like, nailing down her.
Yeah. Pizza Time Explosion's movement was really, really easy, though, thankfully. I'm glad I didn't have to go through that process with this game so much. Because well, I mean, it's satisfying when you get it done, but it is a long process. And so I like when it can kind of come together immediately. Anyway, let's look at the chat.
I feel like if you, like, skip or
the slowdown's not so bad.
Don't do that process in game development, then it's like the biggest death knell your game can have. Polish in general is, like, huge for me. Busy. Just crying in the chat.
Okay, Treehouse is over. The last 2 games they showed were not ones I was interested in. That's fine.
Boring anime games.
Don't let Biss hear you tell them boring.
Oh no.
Now what's playing? It's just replaying the Mario Maker thing.
Oh, they are?
Or my Switch started replaying it.
Oh, you were watching on your Switch? Is that possible?
Yeah, it has a YouTube app.
Oh, of course. I forgot.
Yeah. It's the exact same app as that just smart TVs use, though. So, it's not anything special.
Yeah.
It's just the most convenient way for me to watch YouTube on the TV at the moment. Just because, well, we have it set up. We have a box for the TV in here that basically makes it into a smart TV. But that's a little less convenient to use because, you know, trying to type stuff in using a remote control is no fun.
True.
So that's basically the only preference there. Oh, I have a nice amount of lives at the moment.
Nice. Did you ever get to the max number?
Yeah, I did that. I don't think that counts towards completion, but I did it anyway.
Same. Something else.
This game's getting a lot more slowdown than last time I played it, for sure.
It probably is my fault.
It's gotta be that I'm running Discord. I wasn't running Discord last time.
Discord, oh, Discord.
Although it does still seem to be stage by stage and even sometimes area by area what parts are gonna lag or not.
Right, because like it's still gonna be like a combination of things your computer is struggling to do.
Nope, I'm not getting there. It's still kind of like... It still kind of amuses me that like it is like this because obviously this computer is more than capable of running Super Mario 3D Land. It's just that people got to figure out the programming to make it do it.
Yeah, I've always thought that was interesting.
Whoops.
It must be such a task to, like, make it so that another machine can take the instructions meant for another and then translate them to
They
something
I think I've seen people say that you'll never have 100% perfect emulation unless you can somehow manage to, like, simulate the exact movement of electrons through the actual hardware.
Unless you can simulate the exact movement of Lady through the hardware. The exact movement of
Oh no! Just trying to get a computer to interpret the code the same way that the original hardware does is never going to be 100% accurate. I'm using my car park size quantum computer to play Super Mario 3D Land perfectly. If you can somehow perfectly simulate the flow of electrons through the original hardware, then you have perfect emulation. You can't put the 3D on, though.
People are being scared of, like, my rambunctious and loud and energetic personality because I'm tired today.
There we go. My audience is spared from your usual antics. Perfectly accurately emulating my butt. What? How did Shiny manage to come up with that before Biss?
Yeah, when you were reading it aloud, I was looking at the chat and I was like, oh, that's probably a Biss thing.
No, that's an important
But
technical
I looked
challenge.
down and it's Shiny.
Subverting expectations.
Perfectly accurately emulating Elena's butt. That's my, like, Biss impression, but it's not a very...
That's your Biss impression?
Yeah,
You sounded too formal.
Sounded too what?
Formal.
Yeah, I know. Because I
Sounded
don't
too
know
fancy.
how to speak traditionally when I was speaking.
Bimpression. Bisses are gonna squish you for that.
Cass, I'm gonna squish you for that. Bessie, how are you gonna squish me? You're teeny tiny cutie whittle biddle fairy.
They're like Ant-Man and manage to still have their strength even when they're small.
Uh-oh. No. You're going into a pancake, you stupid baby.
Ants. Ants. Ant-Man.
Uh-oh. An anvil.
Oh, poop.
This is gonna squash me with an anvil.
Here's a character that's gonna be in Mario Maker 2.
Pom pom.
She works differently, though.
Got herself a boomerang.
Also,
Not in 3D world.
I've skronked myself. I've skronked! Skronked!
Laney's been skronked.
Oh no, there's no checkpoint on this stage. I'm really skronked.
He's put pink gold baby cat pom pom in Mario Kart 9. Yeah, but she also needs to be Tanuki.
No! That was a foolish mistake. That was... I don't know what that was. I ain't got no explanation on that one.
Mario into Mario Kart.
Put old man Mario?
Yeah, and he's just an old man.
Reminds me of this... There's this wiki I used to go to when I was younger. It was called the Un-Mario Wiki. It was just kind of like a Mario parody thing, where anybody could put whatever nonsense they wanted, and there was like... It was like Mario... There was Mario Kart Wheelchair Edition. Where everyone's in a wheelchair. Everyone's in a wheelchair. So I just imagine that
That sounds.
that's what old Mario would be in. Old Mario would drive a
I
wheelchair.
feel like they probably could have done better than a disability joke.
There was many things on there. I remember there was like Mario Fart.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite game.
And instead of games, they called them shames.
Oh no.
All the Mario shames.
Shiny says to please put Pink Gold Laney into Mario Kart 9. And then Biz says to please put Pink Gold Laney into
What a stream this is. Alright, we're going into Pom Pom with nothing. It's like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Naked Mario.
Turn the game down.
Laney says to turn the game down a bit and turn Cassie up a bit.
I think you mean Biz says that. Well, when I initially set this up, it was working fine.
Oh, did I see Laney said that?
Yes.
Oh. Well, Biz actually said it.
Okay, that's as this is as I can't turn Cassie up anymore, and this is as low down as I can turn the game.
And I'm also speaking close to the microphone.
Okay. I gotta be clutch.
Clutch, Laney! No pressure, no pressure. I'm gonna pressure
No!
you.
I missed the jump.
Oh, I guess we'll see that happen.
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah, Laney, do you know the trick? You can just bounce on her shell. Like when she's
So
doing that. You can just... Okay, just like when you jump on Pom Pom, and then she goes into her shell, you can just start jumping on her shell and you're like completely fine. Like she'll go up into the air, but she'll go up into the air where you are, so you can just keep bouncing, and you'll get a bunch of one-ups. And also...
I was never aware of this, even though I played like over 100 hours of this game. Gosh darn it. If I beat it this time, it's going to be unsatisfying because I missed that star token this time. Whoops. Nope, I somehow ran into... what's his name? Rocky Wrench.
Also, she's always tracking your position, so you can really just like, keep moving, and like that's what you can do.
That's what I was trying to do.
Oh. Is it just me, or is Cassie getting quieter and quieter?
Nothing on my end, I'm not changing anything.
Oh no, Cassie is sinking into a corn cob. I'm not
Oh
owned.
no.
I'm not owned! Say it ain't so!
Gonna eat the corn cob.
Oh no, Bissy's gonna eat the corn! I'm the corn!
For a second, you sounded like this one Vine where they goes, haha, I do that.
It's Nat from the Nat left at London. You know her, right?
No.
She's a musician, but she used to be on Vine, and she's a cool trans lady, and also I love her. And one time somebody said, "Hey Cass, you look like her," and I'm like, wow, that's flattering.
Well, you're right about this trick. This trick.
Yeah.
I've never...
Easy as a baby's
Well, except for I still got hit at the end of it.
I'm not responsible. I can't sue you. Oh, there
Pom
was
Pom, you're
one
mine.
where you had
Yes! What? What? I hit it and died! What? What?
Oh no.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh!
What the hell? Okay, now all of a sudden Cassie is craving Lay's chips. Why?
Because of that strange death that I just had.
I guess. It's as good a reason as any to suddenly be craving Lay's chip. And no, this isn't a paid promotion.
Don't want to get in legal trouble. Legal Cassie trouble.
Legal Cassie trouble. We're getting in trouble with the law. So since we're already criminals...
Oh yeah, there was something weird they mentioned, like they just kind of offhandedly mentioned during the Treehouse segment with Mario Maker 2. They mentioned that in the 3D world style, in the editor, you can like turn it diagonally. Like you can turn the camera to the side.
Wait, did they?
Yeah.
I thought the guy had it backward. Because he was like in the 3D world style, when you're playing the level, it looks nice and flat in 2D, but when you're making it, it looks like you see it from an angle. And I'm like, wait,
oh, I see.
You have it backward. I don't know if that's true though. Maybe Elena is right. Clara Jin is asking if it's true that Elena is the cute butterfly, and I'm here to confirm that it's definitely 100% true.
Nice. No tail this time.
Eleni butterfly.
So I guess that's why I was confused about what that guy was talking about, because I feel like he must have been confused what he was talking about.
Probably. Or maybe he just accidentally said it in reverse.
Well, that's what being confused means.
I mean,
oh no!
Well, you can misspeak without being confused.
If you say so. They like how the game's trying to be like, come on, just take these stuff. It'll make it so much easier, come on.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff, but I understand why it's there.
The game's just like, come on now. Just take this. It'll be so much better.
Ooh,
Quit suffering.
He's asking me if it's true that Elena also farts. Since I'm Lainey's girlfriend, I can confirm firsthand Lainey does fart.
Oh no. The secret is out. How am I ever gonna live this down?
Elena farts. Elena's butt goes toot toot toot.
Being confused means you hit yourself 50% of the time. So that's me with this, with trying to play this stage. I must be confused. You're writing your call out post right now.
Confused.
Oh.
It's trying to fart, but it can't. This is where
Oh.
you call out post
Oh, that was a
right
good
now.
save. Very good save.
Letting the internet know that Lainey's butt is guilty of gaslighting us all into believing it doesn't fart.
No.
Uh-oh, Lainey, this could be the end of you.
Biswai. Oh, I messed that up. Oh.
Oh no, Shiny just said Biss is gonna write a call-out post on Twitter.com.
It's the size of this walnut, except way smaller. No. No.
It's all
No.
because you defended
No.
Luigi's Mansion 3DS.
Oh. Oh.
Your
Oh.
past mistakes
Oh.
are coming
Oh.
back to you later.
No, I didn't.
Just been waiting for
It happened again. I got the last hit in, but still died.
Oh no, I can't wait to see that.
I don't remember this stage ever giving me this much trouble. I'll blame it on the lag.
And now they're laughing evilly. They're laughing because you got pom-poms.
I'll blame this all on the
I
lag.
was trying to give you two
It'll be okay.
power-ups. What even does the P-Wing do? I don't think I ever saw
The
that.
P-Wing skips you to the exit immediately.
Oh.
So you don't have to play the stage at all.
Well, I guess that's how it worked in Mario
Uh-oh.
3.
Uh-oh.
One thing that's
No.
interesting to me is it feels like a mix of Mario 1 and Mario 3, but in 3D. And then 3D World is like Mario 2 inspired.
Mario Bros.
Like,
Super Mario. This I mentioned last time I streamed this. In this era of Mario stuff, Super Mario Bros. 3 was kind of the big influence, with the Tanuki Leaf and everything. Like this, it's kind of like there was this game, there was Mario Kart 7, and there was New Super Mario Bros. 2, and they all had the Super Mario Bros. 3 stuff being brought back.
Yeah, but then Super Mario World borrowed like a lot from Mario 2. Like even beyond the character roster, there was things like it being set outside the Mushroom Kingdom in a place where our good friends the fairies have been captured. Like it was basically the same plot of Mario 2, just without the dream element, and it's Bowser instead of Wario.
Well, I was just talking about what I was talking about on the 3DS, and then the previous era on the DS, it was all Super Mario Bros. 60. It was all Super Mario 64 related. Like, there was a lot of Super Mario... Well, there was Super Mario 64 DS, and then there was a lot of Super Mario 64 stuff in Mario Kart DS, and there was a lot of it in New Super Mario Bros. As well.
Yeah, I feel like if...
Did you see what Shiny said about the P-Wing?
Yeah.
How dare you.
Yeah, I miss how the viewing used to work too. It was pretty cool.
How was that?
You just like walk right by the stage.
Oh.
Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't that the cloud instead?
Ho 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 ho.
I should remember.
Ho 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 ho.
Also, 3D World was like one of the few Mario games that remixed some Mario 2 music. The slot machine was taken from the character selects from that game.
Please. There. Finally. I didn't even get hit once that time. Hope you're all proud of me.
Oh yay! Cassie's proud of Wayne.
Let's see what happens if... Let's see what happens if you, see what happens if you walk the plank on this stage. 1 coin.
Walk the plank.
Aha!
From Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
There's no backflip in this game. I've forgotten that until about now.
Yeah, that always throws me off. Well, there is if you like run and then quickly hit the opposite direction.
Well, that's different. That's the side jump.
Not like the crouching. Well, yeah.
The side jump has always been in there too.
Congratulations, Laney. You're a superstar.
Hooray. Alright, let's move on.
Hooray.
Moving swiftly
Should we
along.
throw Laney a party?
For beating that one stage that I beat when I was a teenager and then struggled with now.
Happy party.
Like this letter has a tail. Your letter's got no tail.
Oh boy, I think we're coming up on the stage you can do in 5 seconds.
Yes. I remember you got a long jump it. Mario just long jumped as I said that.
I remember just doing a regular jump and then jumping off the wall.
Oh, here it is.
Getting...
Here it be.
Give Laney a tail.
This is the one stage I'm not going to worry about star tokens on. That's not right.
You'll probably be through the stage by the moment I see you start it. Okay, I'm seeing you start it now.
I didn't do it right.
Shiny says Laney. Yeah, that's not how you do it.
So I remember doing it. Oh, we can get out of here if I'm not in the air. Maybe there's a triple jump he had to do.
No, it's not a triple jump.
I don't think there. I was gonna say I don't think there is triple jump in this game for whatever reason.
No, what you have to do is Okay, wait, are you there?
No, I just tried it again and it didn't work.
Okay, don't attempt it yet. No, no, Laney. You have to go to the side. You have to go to the side and you have to run up and make a normal jump and then jump off the wall, which will give you the extra distance to make it.
That's not how I did it in the past. It was a long jump. I long jumped across there. That was the fastest way.
Well, I think that's clearly not working.
I swear.
Well,
Oh, I remember. A memory just came back to me. Repeated long jumps I remember being involved.
what kind of tail would Wayne have? No, what the?
No, I did them wrong.
Biss says you would have a skunk tail.
No.
I'm calling. Well, not the police, but
What about a bunny tail?
Mario. Mario's gonna beat up Biss. Well, they are right about that one. Wayne does fart.
I swear. What am I forgetting? Maybe it was with a tanuki tail.
You're doing it the right way. You just okay. No, go against the. No.
But that's not how I used to do it. I feel like
Go
I'm.
right against the side. Just
That
go right
doesn't
against the
work.
side.
I just tried it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull out my 3DS right now. I'm gonna do it.
How did I do it in the past? I remember I thought this was gonna be quick because I thought you just long jump over. Maybe there's a part that's like
Oh, hold
higher.
on.
I remember you just go. I remember how we do it is we just go straight down the middle. But you don't get into what? I'm so confused why I remember it being done that way. Maybe there was a tail involved. Tanuki tail.
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, maybe Cassie was maybe marginally wrong. I think that method might only be possible with Luigi.
Oh, that could be. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That...
no, I just pulled it off with Mario on my 3DS. It's completely doable.
Excuse me?
I did it first go.
Well, Mario wall jumps away from the wall, and like it's hard to turn.
Yeah, but it still gives you extra distance.
Oh, this is not the way I did it in the past. I know that for sure.
Did you pull
I would
it
remember
off?
that. Yes.
Yay!
Wait, now what I didn't want you to do that, Mario. Now I'm just wasting a bunch of time. Well, fine. I give up. Butterflies don't have tails.
Well, this butterfly has a tail.
Caterpillars have tails.
She's a cutie butterfly.
I must have done it as Luigi.
Butterfly tail.
I must have done it as Luigi, that would explain things. And I must have had the tanuki tail. Because I didn't jump off the wall. It was just, you gun it straight down the middle and you just jump over the gap.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that was the fastest way, and you long jump to there to have like, speed it up even more.
Okay, I'm gonna test that now.
There must have been some way to do it, because I remember it.
Luigi.
If Miiverse was still around, I could... Because we did that on Miiverse, and I was explained how to do it via Miiverse.
Okay. Are you saying that you run straight down the middle?
Yeah, you have a long jump to speed it along, and then you just jump over the gap. I don't think it was a long jump over the gap, it must have just been, you have the tail and you float over.
Oh, so you need the Tanuki suit for this?
I'm pretty sure that must have been it. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Gosh darn it. I feel like I'm making poor life decisions at the moment. With this stage.
This is not working out for me.
I swear it was. That's how it was done. Because there was no turning to the side or anything when I did it in the past. Now, I blame being distracted trying to think about how it was that I got past that gap in the past.
I am trying to find a Tanuki suit right now.
I'm so confused. Gosh dang it. You know, I think I skipped that star token. My mistake. Sometimes the game just stops for a second. Just like, yeah. I need a break for a moment. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta take a break for a second.
How much music this game steals from Mario Galaxy. It's like, no, get your own music.
Spikes. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Reminder that chain chomps are super cute. They're friend-shaped. I like the one in the Link's Awakening remake. That was I don't know why I did it that way, but that's how it went down.
I love chain chomps.
You know what a chain chomp without a chain is called?
Isn't it called like an unchained chomp?
No, it's just called a chomp.
Oh, really?
Yep. A chain chomp without a chain is just a chomp. If anybody who like speedruns this game watches the part of the stream where I was trying to get over that gap, they're gonna yell at me probably.
Probably.
They're a chimp.
I just found a Tanuki suit, and I'm heading there right now.
If you can't do it, I'm gonna be so confused. I'm gonna be like, how did I do it? What was the secret? It's lost with me verse, what the secret was. Oh, here comes the clock stage is coming up soon. That's an interesting one. Oh, I remember this stage having a big skip. I don't remember what the big skip on this one was. Pretty sure it also needed a leaf. Oh yeah, it was just getting over there early. See over on the see over on the left? There's a way to get over there early, I remember. I think you just float over. Oh, well good. I feel validated.
Yeah, you don't. Okay, yeah, you don't even need a long jump.
Okay. The long jumps I was remembering was just to speed it up to get to the part where you have to jump faster.
I might be able to get my time on this course even lower.
Because I remember the guy who I was playing with was like, you're trying to speedrun the stage and you don't even know that the long jump speeds you up? I was like, gee, thanks. I didn't know that. I do now. Because that guy was rude to me. You know, Miiverse is gone. You know, Miiverse was gone now, as I mentioned. So I can't check. But I'm pretty sure that guy I was playing with was the guy who made Baldi's Basics.
Oh, no way.
I'm pretty sure he's the one who I was trying to... when I was on Miiverse trying to do speedrun records at Mario 3D Land with. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm actually having a hard time getting a faster time with this.
The only one who's allowed to be rude to me is Biz. I don't know, Cassie's pretty rude to me sometimes too. But
She is?
in a different way. You make rude jokes to me all the time.
Wait, like what?
Like anything to do with pooping.
Is that rude?
That's why I said in a different way. It's rude as in it's like inappropriate.
Well, Lainey does go poo-poo after all.
You're rude like a baby.
That's me. I'm baby. Can't wait for people to see the thumbnail where I'm just like
Oh, yes.
on your head.
I gotta decide which part of the stream I'm gonna put in as the thumbnail. Yeah, it's gotta be... Yeah, Shiny, I think you just showed up at a bad time when you thought the game was really laggy. It's just certain stages are. Like, these last few stages have had no lag at all, really. Just certain ones lag out for whatever reason. And transitions lag out, too. Alright, let's go for the clock tower. I got another about half an hour or so I was planning to stream this for, if you're okay with that, Cassie.
Sounds good to Cassie.
This is also a very memorable stage.
True.
I love the music on
The
it.
one with the buzzsaws in the wood.
Oh yeah. That one was from Mario Galaxy 2 as well. Those buzzsaws are directly from it and what they do.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Love this song. Well, I would like it better if it wasn't kind of being weird and laggy, but... I like how there's some cool, unique stages in this. Cassie, more like Gassy.
Just called me Gassy.
You gotta, if you make a comment like that, Shiny, you gotta own it. You can't immediately say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta own it. Besides, Cassie is a gassy baby, so you got it right.
This big chungus just made me lose my fire flower.
Come again?
This big chungus just made me lose my fire flower.
Did you just... You just said that, huh? You really just said that.
Yeah, well look at him, he's a big chungus. What else am I gonna call him, huh?
Do you not feel any remorse when you say that?
Of course not. I mean, look at him, he's a big chungus. Look at that big chungus.
Oh, God.
Any moment now, Biss is gonna tell me that Big Chungus is banned from my stream.
I feel like if I'm groaning about this, that like it's not very baby of me. I feel like baby would be very delighted.
By Big Chungus.
This says Big Chungus is allowed.
Big Chungus is allowed.
Oh, he's taking Lainey's job. Sorry, Lainey, you're fired from your own stream.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Big Chungus is taking my job.
Yep. You gotta collect your things, Lainey. Clear off your desk.
Oh no. I would be having more fun with the stage, I think, if it was not a stage that incurred the lag.
We're not talking about Big Chungus being in Smash. That's
He can't be in Super Smash Bros. Because Big Chungus is exclusive to the PS4. Big Chungus is a PS4 exclusive. You see, Biss and I are the kind of people where when we find something that bugs someone, we just keep doing it. Because now we have something that can bug you.
Oh no! I'll have to get hip and cool with it. I'll have to be okay with this dead horse.
Minecraft Steve digs up.
I'm into a real grump on this stream.
Because I started bringing up Big Chungus. That was what set you over the edge.
I'm sleepy.
Oh, here's that saw blade stage you were talking about.
Grumpy and pessimistic when she's sleepy.
I'm the opposite when I get sleepy. I get silly. I'm the silliest when I'm tired.
Cassie does do that. It's a toss-up. It's like a coin toss.
Here's that saw blade stage you were talking about.
Yay!
This was a very Mario Galaxy 2 stage. Because Mario got— Whoa, no! I shouldn't have stopped to hit that block. That sounds like part of a nursery rhyme. You shouldn't have stopped to hit the block.
That's part of the Laney nursery rhyme.
I didn't know I had a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
I suppose you would know since you are the baby.
It goes, Laney, Laney, butterfly baby. Laney, Laney, butterfly baby. Such a cutie.
Oh boy, that Goomba! Like I've interjected the song with just me getting slammed by the Goomba, and I'm like, oh man!
Goomba slam!
Super Smash Goomba.
Come down to the WWE Goomba slam, baby!
Give me the star token. Oh.
Well, I'm gonna say that Laney cuter. Ha! Take that.
Oh no!
Shiny.
Shiny is too.
Yeah, that's true. Shiny is very cute. Shiny is cute girlfriend.
I very much agree. Whoa. We had a slow motion Matrix moment there. Wow. I keep trying to modulate my jump. You jump modulator. Mario jump modulation.
The Mario jump modulation machine.
Modulation sounds a lot like another word for a thing that we're definitely not doing.
Copulation?
Oh no! We're not doing that on stream.
Why not?
Twitch definitely says no about that.
Who says no about that?
Mr. Twitch. Mr. John Twitch.
Oh, Mr. Twitch, huh? Well, maybe my goons were just gonna have to pay him.
No! Why did I do that?
John Madden.
Football.
That's all Shiny has to say. Just John Madden.
Because Moonbase Alpha provides a accurate representation of life on a satellite, on a natural set. It was Moonbase Alpha provides an accurate simulation of life on a natural satellite.
Wait, what word were you thinking?
Emulation.
Oh, so not copulation.
Let it be known that we are definitely not doing that on stream. Just for the record. In case John Twitch is listening.
Isn't his name Tom Twitch? Just like how the CEO of Apple is Tom Apple.
Tom Cat.
Yeah, the CEO of Cat, which is that
No.
construction company, is Tom Cat.
Although that's Caterpillar. Cat is short for Caterpillar in that case.
One CEO who whose name isn't Tom. It's just Tim. It like pisses everyone
Splat
off.
Tim.
Give them a perfect button. Splat Tim.
Oh, I remember this stage being kind of difficult. And of course, maybe this is the one that's going to end up being easy. And the one I didn't remember being hard will be fine.
We are copulating, and that's why there's no face cam.
No. Well, if that's the case, Biss, then that's what we've been doing whenever we are on stream together.
Yeah,
are you prepared to admit this?
I love everything cursed that Shiny is saying in this stream. She's definitely bringing out the big guns. She just said Splat Tim could.
Oh.
Oh, Bissy is saying that they co-host from 3 feet up Laney's butt.
Wow. Three feet, huh? So you're way— No! You're well within the digestive tract.
Well within the confines of a lady's bum bum.
It's good soundproofing.
Elena's bum bum. Oh, Elena's bum bum. She's got a soft bum bum. Wait a minute, it's made of metal. Remember earlier, you were like, this thing attracts things that are— or no, you were talking about the Marvel guy, and you're like, this
Magneto.
guy moves things that are made of metal. Yeah, Magneto. I was like, oh, like Lainey's butt, because his butt is made of metal.
Makes me think of that SpongeBob episode where he broke his butt, and then they threatened him with the iron butt.
That was such a lovely one. My question is, how is that Goomba stand-up just kind of hanging out on the rotating thing without falling off?
It's just attached.
One thing that's super weird about 3D Mario is like, so you know how like, you know how question blocks kind of look like they're supposed to be bolted to the sky?
I'd never thought that.
Oh. I guess that's what I always thought the bolts were supposed to be. But then in 3D,
I think there's always— oh, here's what I was talking about on my previous stream, where eventually you'd have to fight them both.
Oh yeah, there it is.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure in the artwork there's always been like views of them like as three-dimensional objects. And they're just kind of like, yeah, and the rivets are just kind of holding the box together.
Oh, that makes more sense than what I
Yeah.
assumed.
They're riveted to the sky. It's an interesting concept.
The only game that would really make sense in is Mario 3.
It wouldn't have made sense once the games had parallax scrolling backgrounds either.
True. I love parallax scrolling, by the way.
Yeah, I got it in Pizza Time Explosion. Did you see what Shiny said?
How dare you insinuate that we would do something so lewd while streaming together? Gosh, Shiny.
Says I came back to broken butt.
Whoa, wait, lady, there's another secret back there. You big doofus.
What?
Oh no, you must have already completed the This is painful to watch right there.
Oh. Well, this isn't a 100% complete playthrough anyway. Since I already did that before, this is just a casual playthrough of it.
True. Did you once try to hold Bissy's hand and then they had to pepper spray you?
No. I'm pretty sure we did that actually without any altercation. Without any issue, I mean.
Oh, what? Who are those guys? Are those guys ever actually in
Yeah.
the game?
They were just in a stage we played earlier. The castle stage we played earlier.
Oh yeah, the little dudes who throw fireballs.
And they make a cute little noise. Here's another memorable stage. This is when I was like, this one makes me think of Mario Odyssey. Like the Bowser area, kind of.
I find it kind of funny the way like the first level in this world plays the world theming straight, and then after that they're like, oh okay, we're done with that. Let's just go back to grassy plains.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting thing with this game is that they didn't really group the worlds or the levels in the worlds to like a certain theme.
Yeah, it was very strange.
I kind of like it though because it just kind of keeps it more varied.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all the same themed stages all at once, you know.
I guess.
Well, let's try this again. There we go. Just run over there. Oh, that was a perfect long jump. I feel good about that one. Oh! Oh, that was a good dodge. I'm pleased with that. I'm looking pretty cool on this stage so far. Let's not mess that up, shall we? Guess what I just did?
Lainey's looking pretty cool.
I said, let's not mess that up, and then immediately ran into something. I shouldn't have broken that block either. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I see that. Cassie's so excited to play Mario Maker with Lainey.
Oh, I forgot about this power. Why's that?
Because Cassie loves Lainey.
Aw. Well, that's very nice. Because you are very nice.
Oh, I remember on the first stream you said you couldn't roll in this game, but you can.
Well, yeah, I figured that out at a certain point. I was like, oh yeah, it's just that it's different than it was in Odyssey, so that's why
I don't know why
misremembered it.
to proving you wrong on everything. I'm very sorry. I don't mean to be this grumpy.
Star token. There's a good use of the roll. You know what? I don't want to risk dying. I'm just gonna go this way. I don't need the top of the flagpole.
Aw, shiny, you cutie.
Oh. I'm glad you think so, Shiny.
Shiny, you cutie patootie. Well, guess
Makes
who
me
else
think-
is a good girl?
That would be Shiny.
Exactly.
That decision...
Accuse you of being an excellent girlfriend.
that decision I made with the flagpole at the end made me think of that one thing from A Hat in Time, where it's the peace and tranquility thing. No one is around to help. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I need peace and tranquility. What? Oh, a sneeze.
I sneezed on my own boob last night.
Oh yes, I remember you saying that. A very Cassie experience, if there ever was one.
Gosh, this still doesn't feel real that our good friend Banjo Boybus is back.
We gotta get Banjo back.
We gotta get SpongeBob back.
I like how you knew exactly what I was referencing. I only started thinking about that again because Biss brought it up one time.
We gotta get Lane.
I think Biss brought it up a couple of times, actually.
That is
Biss has said something scandalous. You're gonna have to get into a fight with Biss.
We're not gonna put him in the bin. We're gonna hug him, and he's gonna say, "Gah."
That's my impression of Banjo with still having throat issues. Where I don't have my full vocal range back again yet.
Missy, do you like it when I say that?
It's a good. That sounds like somebody throwing up. That's Banjo after he's had like a bad stomach flu.
Looks like Bissy is trying to ban Banjo from the stream.
You can't ban Banjo, he's got ban in his name.
Has Cassie ever been known to listen to Bissy?
What about my impression of Banjo puking? Is that allowed?
Yes.
It's like,
She's gonna overthrow Bissy, and it's gonna be gone every single day. Gone. Oh, okay, actually, Banjo says, Biss says that they like when Banjo pukes, so, you're not allowed to do that anymore, Lainey. It's
because it implies he is suffering.
Stream.
The queen of my stream.
Yeah, I'm the queen. I'm the queen, and I'm me.
Shiny what?
I got no spleen.
Shiny.
Shiny, that's my favorite meme.
Scrappy Doo has been found dead in Miami.
Found dead in Miami.
Why couldn't it have been Banjo?
Why couldn't it have been Banjo? Well, I'll tell you.
Why did it have to be good old Scrappy? Everybody's favorite character.
Because Scrappy is whose favorite character?
Everyone.
Everyone's.
Oh, here's those bubbles that you liked, Biss. Stage is laggy for some reason.
I'll tell you why it couldn't have been Banjo.
Because Banjo was real long and spindly and immortal. I'll have to show you all that corruption later. Well, yeah, because you started thinking about Banjo, which you're excited for.
True.
Hope I'm gonna have to wait for that star coin to come back around. Wow, that was some lag.
I know it's horrible when I say that, but I mean, it bothers Biz, which is like the greatest gift you've ever had. I'm so out of character after this stream.
Now everybody's gonna see this and think that you're in character. You're just gonna think this is how you are.
I'll have to sabotage it. I'll have to erase the footage. I'll fly over to Lainey's house. Actually, no. Flying is for lamos. I'm gonna...
The footage is saved by Twitch.
Well, I'm gonna stretch my hands all over to this, all the way to the Twitch servers, and I'm gonna rip them apart.
Side jump, please, Mario.
They said they're not gonna look me in the eye ever again. Sad, gone.
You're gonna fly over to John Twitch's house.
No, his name is Tom Twitch.
John St. Twitch.
Hopefully next time we stream, I'm like more in character.
This might be the last stage I do. I think I'm getting ready to end the stream. And we'll probably beat it and start on the the B-side, as the term is nowadays, I think.
Oh, that's an interesting thing to call it.
The New Game Plus is what that used to be referred to as.
New Game Plus.
In this game, it's kind of basically just the second half of the game, really.
Sorta, yeah.
There are a lot of totally new stages in it.
Bissy says it's the butt side.
The butt side of the game.
Does Lainey agree that it's the butt side?
I don't know if I do. But I won't argue with Biss. I know better than to do that.
Cassie agrees with Bissy. Hey, Bissy, how about we, bury the hatchet? Banjo, I won't say his signature phrasing. You know, the signature gaha.
You're gonna have to ask Biss to clarify that a few times.
I'm not gonna say gaha anymore. Ever. No more gaha.
You're gonna have to ask Biss for clarification on what the phrase is a few more times, I think.
Yay! Okay, this is a perfect win-win situation. Oh no! I'm not a bad butt, baby. I've got a good butt. It's sauce.
Sauce.
Okay, Bissy, if you do anything, then I'll tell the world your dark secret. The dark secret
is a mound of ketchup. You know, let's not get cute with it. Let's not bother with that block.
Accept the secret or you fart, because you told me never to tell anyone except Lady. And I'm telling Lady right now.
Live on stream.
Yeah, but I'm not telling them. I'm just telling Lady.
That's a big boo. This stage is a little bit on the slow side. Whoa! And then it speeds up immediately. Oh yeah, we looked at the secret ghost in the background on that one stage last time.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The spooky spook boy. Distant cousin of the Hell Valley Sky Trees.
This game has good Easter eggs. I want an Easter egg, I want an Easter egg, I want an Easter egg! You know what? Let's go ahead and do this stage because then we'll start with like the ending sequence next time. There's like a little castle and then a big castle. Oh boy, this is a laggy one.
A little castle, then a big castle, then a lady castle.
And then a Cassie. I'm off to a wonderful start. No!
Oh, sometime we should all stream a multiplayer game together.
Biss and I want to stream Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, because we both have that. Gosh dang it!
We should stream Super Shmario Schmaker Schmoo.
Duck game. What if we did Slap City?
Cassie doesn't have that.
Well, I didn't either, but Biss bought it for me, so that I could play it. So we'd probably do something like that. There we go.
When when Cassie first saw Goombas
Ducky.
when she was little, she thought they were meat people.
Biss always wants me to stream their. No, Mario. Maybe it was a bad idea to try and do this stage before quitting.
Actually, the first time she saw Goombas was in Melee.
Oh. Stream an expedition into it. Not everyone is as small as you are, Biss.
Nobody's going inside.
No! Oh,
Cassie.
but you're supposed to get on the pole, Mario!
And go through the front if they want.
Oh my goodness, Mario.
Speaking of the mouth, of course.
I thought this was a family-friendly stream.
Is it?
Well, perhaps the chat isn't. Oh. Now you're just patiently waiting on that pole.
Why aren't mouths family friendly, Lainey? What's
was
wrong with mouth?
It says it was family friendly until I started having co-hosts.
Tiny Mario. He's got no hats.
I missed a red coin, but I don't care. I'm just moving on. Moving swiftly onward. Moving swiftly onward, I said.
Yo, Bissy is asking what is not family friendly about mouths.
No, it was just your implication about what else you could have meant.
What implication, Lainey?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't.
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh, a secret box.
Lainey's a goofy doofus.
Not unlike yourself.
Why would you accuse me of such a thing?
Oh, here's those things that they showed in Mario Maker. The bullet bills that come in from the background. Or the bonsai bills, excuse me.
Oh yeah, I was watching the treehouse footage of Mario Maker, and it showed that Cat Mario, if he swipes at one of the bonsai bills coming from the background, then he can
he turns him.
them. Yeah,
That was cool. Biss says I'm confusing. Alright. I think this will conclude the stream. Oh, I guess there's just the one castle, excuse me. I was confused because there was 2 dots along the way there. Let's just unlock this. What a weirdo. You're one to talk. Takes one to know one, haha.
Oh, damn.
Alright, so this is where we will start next time. With the final stage and then the second part of the
Cassie
game.
had a fun time.
Aw, I'm glad. It was very fun having you here.
Cassie enjoyed being with Lainey.
We make a good streaming duo.
Yay. Also, sorry, Cassie was a grumpy dumpy, but...
I think you were just fine.
Aw, okay.
You were being a little hard on yourself, I think.
Cassie will try to be more upbeat and more Cassie next time.
That's up to you. I think you were just fine this time. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. What's my next stream gonna be? Whenever Biss wants to, we're gonna finish Sonic Before the sequel and we're gonna do Undertale. And Thursday I'm going to stream just Team Sonic Racing because my previous stream of that got cut short. So I want to give it a significant stream of its own to make up for it. So that's the streaming schedule. And then next week is going to be, you know, probably more of the usual. Like, you know, Slime Rancher, Team Sonic Racing, Super Mario 3D Land, all that. We'll probably have Cassie on for Super Mario 3D Land again. And Cassie wanted to join us for Undertale at some point too, so there's enough of Undertale left, I'm sure we can get Cassie in there some point.
Undersnail.
Alright, thanks everyone for watching, thank you for being here, Cassie.
Bye, cutie.
It was good. I will see everyone on my next stream. See you then.
See ya then, babies.